Hello again, welcome back. So, today's episode, which I appear to have thrown out a few days after my last one because the last one went down pretty well in my opinion. People seem to like concepts that never made it to air. So today I'm going to be covering the Coleopter, or the Coleopter, if you want to pronounce it in the French way that it actually was. So, that was an image of the Coleopter, and here is the Coleopter that I have reproduced in-game. The SNECMA AP 507. Now, this one never made it past the drawing board, it never flew, and it was purely because of its predecessor's complete and utter failure as a design. It was only ever produced once, and it ended up crashing, and I do apologise for trying to find a decent image of this particular craft. It was very difficult because, as I said, it never made it off the drawing board, so it was never actually built as far as I'm aware, and there's very, very limited information on this craft. Other than, I can tell you, it was intended to go to Mach 3 and have a flight time of 15 minutes. Past that, there is pretty much nothing else about this craft to find out other than this is my interpretation of it in Kerbal Space Program. So this particular video is a little bit of a lesson that not everything you design is going to be a good idea. This was something that SNECMA had to understand, and I do apologise if that sounds weird. I would love to try and pronounce the actual... you know what, I'm going to give it a go. The Société Nationale d'Études de Construction de Moteurs d'Aviation, and I'm sure there's somebody French out there that has just literally banged their head off the wall. I do apologise. I struggle with many languages, so... I do apologise, but we'll just stick to SNECMA from now on. Now, other companies such as SpaceX, they have managed to get the vertical landing down to a T now. So that is something they have practiced, failed, learnt from, and improved, and it's a commonplace thing for us now. And we're also hopefully going to be seeing Starship doing it more frequently. Now, this video, unfortunately, is just going to be the idea that, yeah, poor design, poor concept, spectacular crash. That is basically what happens when you come up with an idea like this. I'm not saying that the company SNECMA are inferior or anything like that. They made some excellent aircraft, and yeah, they actually evolved into Saffron aircraft later on. So thank you to them for coming up with a much easier company name. Yeah, they're now called SAE, Saffron Aircraft Engines, so much easier to pronounce. So here we go for the first attempt at landing. I panicked and hit retrograde far too early, didn't get my nose up, and things didn't go well. Boom bang, let's have another try at that one. And as with all my aircraft or space vessels, you will be able to find this on Kerbal X, the link to which is on my channel page. I have noticed on my channel page that it looks like it's kind of invisible on the background that I use. I do apologise about that, but if you look in the top right of my channel profile thingy, then if you see the Reddit icon, it is literally right next to it. Just click on that, it takes you straight to my Kerbal X page, which doesn't have a great deal on it, but I don't usually upload a lot of things. But if you want to have a play around with this, I'll be honest with you, it's okay to fly. You have to be very ginger on the controls though, because you can overturn on this particular thing and it sends it into a spin. But you do have the thrust-to-weight ratio to compensate for that. Obviously, there's a VTOL in its own sort of idea, so yeah, it does have enough thrust to deal with it. So, coming up for the second attempt at a landing. Now, this time I did actually manage to get the nose up, as we could see here. I did wait for the retrograde icon to pop back round. I didn't panic on this particular landing. It comes back round, I hit retrograde, start applying a bit of thrust, well I actually went max thrust, and it just, no, we're not having that one, we're not, just did not want to know. Now, I do believe that the issue for this was because the engine has no gimbal or thrust vectoring on it. So, yeah, I was using, I think it's the Wheelsy turbofan, which is I think it was, anyway. It's the first jet engine you can get your hands on in the game anyway, so yeah, it's nothing special. It doesn't have any gimbal or thrust vectoring, so I do believe that may have been the issue, so I probably could have used a different engine. However, I was going for more aesthetics as opposed to anything else, really, so yeah. This time I got a bit more impatient, though, so I was just like, you know what, I'm not going over the sea, we're just going to slice this straight over, and we're just going to go straight for a landing if we can, but I'm sure you already know how this is going to turn out. As I said before, not everything in aviation turns out all smelling of roses. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video as well. It has been absolutely brilliant to see some more subscribers on my channel and more views on that last video. That was absolutely excellent. That is now the second video I've got past 100 views. Can we make it the third? Hopefully we'll see what happens. Otherwise, for now, I'm SNECMA. I will catch you next time. Keep the pointy side up. Not like this poor guy. See ya.